Right, I don't like to swear too much in my videos, so I'm going to apologise for the following. As I'm sure some of you are aware, and as I'm sure some of you may have already expected, Rocketman includes a sex scene between two men. Nothing wrong with that. But what I and the majority of the entire audience that I was with took offence to was that during this scene, there were a group of people sort of laughing, sneering, scoffing, and just acting generally disgusted with that scene to the point where they even got up and walked out. And to those people, I would like to extend a sincere and genuine fuck you! And after that family-friendly introduction, let's crack on with the review. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Luke's Reviews, and on today's video I will be reviewing Rocketman, which is a new musical about the life of Elton John. It stars Taron Egerton as Elton John, also stars Richard Madden and Jamie Bell, and is directed by Dexter Fletcher. Rocketman chronicles the life of Elton John, from when he was a boy and his rather difficult upbringing to his rising success as a music superstar, to then his eventual spiral into alcohol and drugs. However, Rocketman isn't your typical biopic. I think the marketing's been kind of misleading, is presenting it as basically a story about Elton John featuring the songs of Elton John. This isn't quite that. Oh no, this is a full-blown musical set around the life of Elton John, with his songs serving as the musical numbers. Trying to compare it to recent musical biopics such as Bohemian Rhapsody, which I've seen a lot of people do kind of as a way, again, to shit on Bohemian Rhapsody. I just think that's unfair. These are two completely different films. Firstly, Dexter Fletcher does a terrific job helming not just the musical numbers, but just as a visual treat. This film is shot fantastically. But as for the musical numbers themselves, they're outrageous, they're outlandish, they're crazy, they're silly, they're kooky, they're utterly fabulous. They're everything that Elton John is. Many of them are incredibly fantastical. When you get that tagline in the trailer that this is the fantasy of the summer, and it's not lying. There's lavish underwater sequences, performances where the extras in the scene suddenly break out into song, but ultimately, this was the only way that you were ever going to tell a story of Elton John. Sadly, where it is so in your face at times, there is an essence of subtlety missing. Some of the emotional moments are incredibly heavy-handed, where it does begin to come across as slightly cliched, but like Elton John, similar to being anything but boring, he's anything but subtle, which is exactly what this film is. This film is loud, it's proud, it's so in your face that if you don't buy that, if you can't get into that, it tells you to jog on. As far as performances go, everyone does a stellar job. Richard Madden plays John Reed, Elton John's manager and eventual lover, and he does a great job as we watch him transform into this sinister corporate jackass. Jamie Bell also impresses as Elton's close friend and songwriter Bernie Taupin. Bryce Dallas Howard, complete with fairly ambiguous British accent, plays Elton's mum, and I think it's also worth noting, all of them sing in this film. It's not just Taron Egerton, everyone is singing. But let's move on to the star attraction here, and that is Taron bloody Egerton. Dear God, is there anything this man can't do? Except from starring a reasonably good Robin Hood movie, he can't do that. He is totally unrecognisable as Elton John, and I don't mean that in just a physical sense, I mean the way he carries himself, his personality, his overall on-screen presence. This is a chameleonic performance from Egerton. It's by far the best work he's done in his entire career. If he wasn't already a star before this, he well and truly is now. For fans of Elton John, this is going to be your cup of tea all day long. It's completely bonkers, mad and insane in places, but at the heart, it's telling a story of a man that just wanted to feel loved. It comes a cropper of some basic storytelling flaws. For example, it races through the final act to check all the boxes, and it's certainly occasionally a bit of an overload, but through its imperfections, this is a really likeable film. So overall, I'm going to give Rocketman an 8 out of 10. So, if you've seen Rocketman already, let me know what you thought in the comments below. I also want to know, what is your favourite Elton John song? For me, it's probably Tiny Dancer. I bloody love Tiny Dancer. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. All of the links to my social media are in the description below. Many thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.